Wow, that's a whole new perspective to look at artists. There's a completely new appreciation for the work ethic of people in the arts industry. Knowledge is the sound that only a disciplined practice of silence can make. Karma Yogi. Our next speaker for the day is a multiple award winning, internationally acclaimed author, adventurer, thinker, and social worker who is about to take us on a spiritual journey through our own thoughts and morals. Naveen Gulia, a practicing Karma Yogi, is an ex army officer who writes in three languages and is known for his work for the welfare of underprivileged children.
Hello, friends. Uh, I feel privileged to have been provided this opportunity of interacting with you all on this platform of TEDx. Now, the theme for today's talk is some think different. That some people think differently. So it is in itself indicative that maybe if you think different, it is somehow better, and maybe it will improve your chances of success. Now tell me, do you know of any person who is not talking about or who is not trying to be different? We all buy the same cars, but then we put some logos, some stickers, some lights and try to appear different. We all try to dress differently from others. So everybody is trying to be different. So the different perspective that I would be able to provide on this theme is that in trying to be different, everybody is actually being the same, because we all are unique. Trying to be different is going one notch lower than that. When you are unique, why would you want to be different? So the importance is not of being different, but going to the basics, being yourself. And I am here when I started working in the field of social welfare for the underprivileged children in rural parts of the country. Everybody advised me, and it was obvious that if I established my work, I was based out of a city. If I established my work in a city, in an urban area, that to the national capital region, Delhi, where you have all the media and corporates, there would be more chances of me to get attention. There would be more chances of me to get support. But I decided to work in the villages, in the rural areas. There are slums in rural areas where there are no facilities. There is a slum in Mumbai called Dharavi, and lots of people go there and work. And that is what they call different. They are working in a slum after all. But Dharavi slum is the biggest production house of Mumbai. The maximum products are prepared there. It's a business place. And the children there are aware of all the modern facilities, amenities, internet, laptop, mobiles, everything. And you'd find children talented in every field: dance, studies, language, drama, whatever. So everybody wants to work in a slum to be different. But there are rural slums where nobody visits. And if you're working there, nobody would see you. And I chose to come here. I'm sitting in a place where even the nearest house might be 1 kilometer away from me or something. And people try to dress differently. I just dress in one color, simply. what is available, so that I do not have to hunt for clothes. I take the basic food which is available. I do not go for exquisite dishes to try something different. I just take the basic food, the food of the place, and I live in the basic amenities. So it is not about trying something new. Different does not mean new, that you have to try something new. Then it is different. Now, I get to talk to a lot of students, lot of people, and there's a phrase that is commonly used. Life is complicated. Life is complicated because you have forgotten the basics in trying to be different, in wanting to follow and pursue intellectual looking, bearded, turban bearing, 600 year, a dress, a get up that was worn, clothes that were worn 600 years back or 1000 years back, wearing that kind of a Baba. You prefer to go to that God man and think that maybe he has the intellect. So you think you are trying to be, you're being different. You're leaving your corporate world for some time and going to the ashram of some such person who himself has no experience in life. He has not performed. He has not carried out any duty. He has not performed any job. So, and the thing is that life becomes complicated because you forget the basics. You want something different. You want something new in terms of philosophy. Life is not complicated. I personally have not seen anything simpler than life. There are only two rules to follow. Besides that, whatever you build around it, around those three rules, you can build anything. Every person can build his own space, his own life, his own career, his own choices. But those three rules will not change for anybody. And those three rules are what you studied in 3rd grade in school. And what I have seen is that most of the people who say their life is complicated because they have committed mistake on one of these three basic rules. The basic rules are not things that you can compromise on and get away with. So life is very simple. For life, there is two rules. Respect the job that is giving you bread and butter, irrespective of what job it is. Secondly, respect the person who is caring for you, who is loving towards you. Respect that person. Do not try to pursue somebody who is not. A job that is not with you does not mean anything to you. The job you are doing, that means. So respect your job, respect the person who cares for you. That is about it. Now coming to those three lessons of life which we learned in 3rd grade, learned in the sense that we came to know about them. We read them. We did not implement them. And knowledge that is not implemented is of no use. The first rule is work is worship. It sounds good, but it is old. So people try something new. But what does it mean? Work is worship. Worship basically is something spiritual. And you have to treat your work as if it was worship. Do you treat your work as worship? Is your working place neat and tidy, well organized? Do you work with complete sincerity? As in worship, when you are working, you are not thinking about anything else except your work. So you have to treat your work like worship. I treat my work as worship. It does not matter to me what new brands are there in the market. It does not matter to me which new movies have come out. It does not matter to me what is going on in the world affairs, things in which I am not directly contributing anything. I have no role to play. So I'm not bothered about which new clothes, dishes, whatever uh, has come in the market. The only thing that matters to me is what is related to my work. That is the only thing that matters to me. And that was the first rule. Work is worship. Treat your work as worship. The role of the president, the job of the president might be a very appealing job. The role of a cine celebrity might be a very appealing job, but it is not with you. The job that is with you, the job that is giving you bread and butter, give importance to that. Treat your work like worship. That is the first rule. The second rule in life is God helps those who help themselves. So if you look up the meaning of the term God in dictionary, it is basically something that has created this universe and something that runs this universe, probably. So even a universe creating God is limited in his abilities, that he can only help a person who helps himself. God helps those who help themselves. So if that universe creating God is limited, how possibly can you help somebody who does not want to be helped? Or how can you be helped if you are not willing to be helped? So the thing is, whatever issues, problems, things you face in life, you have to handle them yourselves. It is your life. It is your responsibility. And do not try to help people who do not want to take your help. I'm not running the world economy. I'm not running the country's economy. I'm not handling world's political affairs, religious affairs. I'm not an expert on that. So I do not spend my time thinking about them. I believe people who are doing their job should be knowing their job. I'm only concerned about the job that I have at my disposal, the job that I am expected to attend to. So God helps those who help themselves. This will take away all the worries, the complaints from your life, because you know if you are having a problem, you have to handle it yourself. If you are having problem, you are at fault. See what is it that you can do better. If you are having problems, differences with your parents, see what you are doing wrong. Don't see what they are doing wrong. How could you handle it better? If you are having problems with your siblings, your partner, your friends, with people, then see where you are going wrong, how you can handle it better. So God helps those who help themselves. That is the second lesson. And the third lesson, basic lesson of life is, don't keep all your eggs in the same basket. Do not keep all your eggs in the same basket. We have studied it in third grade. But I have seen that most of the people in their lives, they end up keeping all their eggs in the same basket. And eventually the basket falls down and it breaks. Everything is lost. What it basically means is, invest into a lot of things in life. I was wanting to join the army. I had completed 4 years of training. Everything I had done very well. But matter of chance, I met with an accident and I was not able to serve. Despite not only qualifying the examination, but having completed 4 years of training as well. But I could take the situation. Why I could take it was because I was a writer, I was a thinker, I was a poet, I loved nature, I loved to travel, I was trying to learn music. There's so many things in life. I wanted to work for the welfare of the society as a social worker, not as a politician. There were things I wanted to do in my life. That's why if one was taken away from me, I was not troubled. Your life should not be dependent upon the friendship or support of one, two, or three people. There should be numerous people in your life who love you, who support you. And it all depends upon what kind of a person you are. Have lots of people who support you. So if one or two goes away for whatever reason, it does not affect your life. Secondly, have lots of interests. So if one odd interest is taken away from you, there are other interests that you can pursue, that you can follow, that you can spend your time doing. And I always believe that if a person has chosen to be, now this might be controversial, but I personally believe that if a person has chosen to be an Olympic gold medalist and he becomes one, but in the process he compromises with his family life, with his personal life, with other hobbies and interests that he could have had. Basically, he compromises with his life just so that he could become an Olympic gold medalist. I would see that person as a loser. Yes, if he has been able to do all those things as well, then it is good. Because for one thing to live life, to leave all the other hobbies and interests and things that life has to offer, the learning that life has to offer, just for one thing is not worth it. Life is an experience of everything, of relationships, of love, of heartbreak, of winters, of summers, of friends, of enemies, of every kind of experience. So one should not sacrifice the experience of life for one single goal. You should always have lots of goals and alternate goals in life, interests. So the final lesson was, do not keep all your eggs in the same basket. If you follow these three rules in your life, there are chances that you would really not have a complicated life. And again, going back to the theme of this series of talks, that some think different. Everybody is trying to think different. So you will be unique if you do not think different and if you just go back to the basics. That is my idea for this talk today. I hope I have been able to present an idea which was not already existing in your mind. So if I've been able to provide you something new in terms of food for thought, I would have achieved my success. Thank you. Thank you so much.